Hello friends, today we will continue our discussion on bipolar junction transistor. In the previous video we have seen what is a bipolar junction transistor and what is the schematic representation, what is the difference between the different regions in a BJT. What I told in the last slide that I showed you the schematic representation of BJT. This is for PNP and NPN. Here this arrow over here gives the information about type of transistor and the direction of current flow. Why this current is different in both the transistor, how it operates, let us look into that. For a BJT, there are different modes of operation. Here this is the emitter base junction and this junction is known as collector base junction. Okay, so what is the bias applied over this EBJ, that is emitter base junction and collector base junction? Depending on that, there are different modes of operation. First one is cutoff. In this case, the emitter base junction is reverse biased and the collector base junction is also reverse biased. In case of active mode, the emitter base junction is forward biased whereas the collector base junction is reverse biased. Further, for saturation mode, both the junctions are forward biased. As per your syllabus, we will be discussing only about the operation in active mode. That means when this emitter base junction, that means this junction is forward biased and the collector base junction, that means this PN junction over here, that is reverse biased. Now coming to the active mode of operation, this emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction is reverse biased. Here I have considered the NPN transistor. Now you tell me, according to these things, this is emitter base junction. That means I should consider this one, right? This is the emitter, this is base. So this PN junction over here is the emitter base junction. And this should be forward bias. That means N side of the junction should be connected to negative terminal of the applied voltage and this P side should be connected to the positive terminal, right? So here this is the applied voltage over here. This negative side of the potential is connected to the N terminal of the junction and this positive terminal of the battery that is connected to the P side. Now coming to the second one, that is the collector base junction. This should be reverse biased. Collector base junction means this one, right? And this should be reverse biased. Reverse biased means P side should be connected to N terminal of the battery and the N side of the junction should be connected to the positive terminal of the applied battery, right? So here the applied source over here is this one. So this negative terminal of the applied voltage that is connected to the P side and positive terminal of the battery is connected to the N side of the collector base junction. This applied voltage over here is known as BEB because this is applied between emitter and base. Similarly, this potential is noted as VCB because this is applied between collector and base. Now if I am considering a PNP transistor, the emitter base junction is this one and this is P type, this is N type. So what should be the connection? P side of the transistor that should go to the positive terminal of the applied voltage and N side that should go to the negative terminal of the applied voltage because this emitter base junction should be forward bias. Similarly, coming to here, the N side should be connected to the positive terminal and the P side of the transistor should be connected to the negative terminal as this collector base junction is reverse biased. Here also it is VEB and VCB. So this is the connection. Hope you understood this. To understand this operation, you should be very clear about the PN junction under different types of biasing, that is forward bias and reverse bias. If you have not understood that concept, then it is difficult to understand this also, and I am also not going much deep into that because already I have discussed all those things under PN junction under different bias conditions. You can go through that video for better understanding. We have seen the connection. Let us now see how it operates under that active mode. So this is for NPN transistor, and this connection we have seen because this should be forward bias and this junction should be reverse bias. Now if this is forward bias, in case of a forward biased PN junction, what happens? There is a flow of carriers from one side to other, right? So here in N type, the majority carriers are electrons, and as this junction is forward bias, that means these electrons, they can flow to the P side of this junction. Thus, under forward bias, a large number of electrons move from the emitter towards the base region. I will tell what is this IE. Let me explain first. So when these electrons, they enter the base region, what happens over here? The base region is P type. That means what are the majority carriers over here? Here they are holes. As I have mentioned, this base region is very thin. Further, its doping is also very light. That means the number of holes over here is very less as compared to the number of electrons those are entering from the emitter to the base region. If these holes are very few, that means a few number of electrons those are coming from the emitter, they will recombine with these holes. Thus, a few of the electrons, they recombine with the holes in the base region. I will come into this IB. What happened to the rest of the electrons? While these electrons are entering to the P side, the number of electrons will be very large near this junction, but it is very less near this junction, right? This end of the base you can tell. So there is a variation in concentration. Electrons are more at this end and less at this end. So definitely because of the concentration gradient, there is diffusion of electron from emitter base junction side to collector base junction side. Once those electrons diffuse from this side to this side, that means from emitter base junction side to collector base junction side, they will shift into this region. So the rest of the electrons, they move towards the collector base junction due to diffusion. Once they reach collector base junction, they will experience an attraction from this positive terminal of the applied potential. So those electrons, once they reach the collector side, they swipe into the collector due to the reverse bias electric field. This is the reverse bias electric field and this is positive. So they are attracted into the collector region. Once they reach the collector region, they will further move towards this terminal of the applied source. Now if these carriers are moving, definitely some current should flow, right? So here if you will consider this emitter, in the emitter the electrons are moving from left to right, you can see. Then what should be the current direction? That is from right to left. So from the device a current is coming in this direction, that is known as IE or emitter current. So this is what I have written over here, IE. This is the amount of current flowing from the emitter due to flow of electrons. We have also seen that a few number of electrons, they are recombining with the holes over here, because of which we are getting a current IB, and that is going into the base. So this is IB over here. Coming to the third type of current, if you will consider this terminal of the BJT, from here you can see these electrons are moving out of the device. If the electrons are moving out of the device, a current should flow into the device. So this IC is the current or the collector current which is flowing into the BJT. So here three types of current. One is the emitter current which is flowing out of the emitter, the base current which is flowing into the base, and the collector current which is flowing into the collector. Now if two currents are flowing into the device and one is flowing out of the device, then definitely the total current flowing into the device should be equals to the total current flowing out of the device. So we have IE is equals to IC plus IB. Now we will see the operation of a PNP transistor in brief, because the process is almost same as NPN, slight variation is there. So we will just discuss it in brief. Here this is a PNP transistor, the emitter side is P type, this is the base which is N type, and the collector is again P type. This is the voltage applied to the emitter base junction, and this is VCB is the voltage applied to this collector base junction. Now holes are the majority carriers in a P-type semiconductor, and here the emitter is a P-type semiconductor, and this emitter base junction is always forward bias. So when this is forward bias, these holes they will move to the base region, and we have electrons which are the majority carriers in a N-type semiconductor. So when these holes move from P side to N side, some of these holes they will recombine with these electrons which are available at the base region, and rest of the holes they will move to the collector side, right? So some of the holes they recombined with these electrons, and rest of the holes they moved to the collector region. Once these holes reach the collector region, they will be attracted from this negative terminal of the applied potential VCB, and because of that these holes they will move towards this negative terminal through the circuit. Now let us see what are the currents and what are their directions. Here mainly holes are moving, right? And here if you will come to the emitter side, the holes are moving from left to right, and we know that the current direction is same as the direction of the movement of holes. So the emitter current is from left to right, that is it is moving into the device, and because of the recombination of holes with these electrons, there is a base current which is flowing out of the base. This is the direction of the base current IB. Coming to the collector region, these holes are moving from left to right. That means the current direction should be from left to right. This current is flowing out of the collector. That's what the name is collector current or IC. Here again we are getting three currents. IE is flowing into the device. This base current IB and collector current IC, they are flowing out of the device. So we can write IE is equals to IC plus IB. Thus, we have seen that in case of an PNP transistor, the current is flowing into the device, that is, it is going from emitter towards base, right? This is for PNP type. What about the NPN type? This was the case for NPN. Here the current is flowing out of the device at the emitter end. So that is from base to emitter. So let us see the schematic diagram what we have seen in the beginning, whether it is going according to this operation or not. So this is the schematic representation of BJT. This is for PNP and NPN. So now we have already seen that in case of a PNP transistor, the current is flowing from emitter towards base. So here the arrowhead over here, it shows the direction of current flow. Coming to NPN transistor, we have seen that the current direction at the emitter end is from base to emitter. So here the arrow is showing us the direction of current flow. Hope you have understood the operation of BJT and how the schematic representation gives us the information about type of transistor and direction of current flow. Now let me show you one question which came in the BTech first year semester examination December 2018. So what was the question? With the help of schematic diagram, explain construction and principle of operation of bipolar junction transistor. The weightage for this question was 7 marks. Looking into this video and the previous video, you can easily answer this question. If it comes in your exam, hope you can write the answer. All the best. So today we will stop here. Thank you all. If you like the content of the video, please press the like button and also share the link with your friends. Further, don't forget to subscribe the channel. If you subscribe, you will be getting the notification whenever I am uploading a new video. Thank you all.